Today I'm going to show you how I made Battle Beast Mace as seen in Invincible. Let's get making. Invincible is a cartoon, but it's not for kids. There's a lot of blood, cursing, and adult themes in the show and comic. However, none of that will be present in this video, other than blood. Please watch accordingly. I have this broom handle, which originally I was going to use to make the Dropnir spear from God of War Ragnarok, but I found something better for that project, so I just have this broom handle laying around, which is a great size for Battle Beast's mace. So I need to scale everything around this broom handle, which is about 1 inch in diameter. Now that I have an idea of what the main body of the mace is going to be, let's model the rest of the mace. Here, I'm using Fusion 360 to make the parts that stick out of the mace. Next, I take the model and load it into Tinkercad. It's a 3D modeling software that's primarily used for elementary school children, and because of that, it's really easy to use. Battle Beast's mace is drawn pretty inconsistently, but in these two very detailed images, it seems like the mace has 8 stick-out parts, so that's what I'm going with. What I'm trying to do here is connect these stick-out pieces to the core of the mace. This was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, as I kept getting the scale off. After an embarrassingly long amount of time, I finally got everything centered and put together. I then sent the mace piece over to my larger 3D printer. While the head of the mace was printing, I got to work modeling the handle, pommel, and thing that goes on top of the mace. I sent the handle and pommel piece over to my smaller 3D printer, while the top part was printed on my larger 3D printer after the head of the mace was done printing. Once everything was off the printers, I sanded them down to a smooth-ish finish. The top piece came out a little uneven, so I really had to sand that one down. The top of the mace also came out a little rough due to bad bed adhesion on the printer, so I added a mixture of UV resin and baby powder to smooth it out. Now time to sand the resin down to get it really smooth. In order to get all the resin dust off, I wiped it off with a rag. Unfortunately, this ended up not working too well, but fortunately I did have a shop vac, so I used that to blow it all off. The broom handle was a little too long by a few inches, so I cut it down to size using my Dremel, with a cut wheel attachment. On to painting. I start with filler primer, which will fill small layer lines that are a result of the FDM printing. I primed the broom handle with a yellow primer. I hit the head of the mace, pommel, and top of the mace with the gold spray paint. Then I set these pieces off to the side to dry. I also did the same with the broom handle. I want to give the handle a rubber texture, and to accomplish this, I'm going to spray on some Plastidip, which is kind of like a rubber spray paint. After I spray on the Plastidip, the gold parts were done drying, so I sprayed each piece with a semi-gloss clear coat. Now back to the handle. I realized this top bit of the handle is supposed to be gold and not black, so I sanded off the Plastidip and masked it off. I then clear coated the black part of the handle with a clear Plastidip. Once the painting was finished, I attached the handle and pommel using 5-minute epoxy. So the mace does look really good, but it's definitely missing one thing, and I think I know what it is. It's missing that one thing that Invincible is infamous for. It needs gratuitous violence in the form of blood, and lots of it. So before I attach the mace head, I'm going to paint on some red paint and make it look like blood. To get a nice blood effect, I'm first going to paint on some cheap paint and kind of smear it all over. Once the cheap red paint had dried, I broke out my airbrush and began to airbrush on this really nice transparent blood red. The blood effect already looks pretty good, but I want the blood to look wet, so I painted a high gloss clear coat on it in order to achieve that effect. Now to attach the mace head, same as the handle and pommel, I'm going to be using 5-minute epoxy. And after the epoxy had cured, it was done. Thanks for watching the video. I'm trying to get a new prop build out every Monday, so if this is content you enjoy, please consider subscribing. Oh, and don't forget to like the video.